Okay, let's try this again here, shall we? I hope it works. I hope all is well. All right, it's not giving me the 2K option over there,
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
but it's there. Okay. Well, I try. I try to pretend I am. Thank you, Kojak. All right, so looking at my dashboard, I do have 2K, 1440 60. So we're good there. And the YouTube side, 1440 60. So, and I am not dropping frames like a klutz. I decided to do with Railroader because it would have been easier for me to handle things while I'm here at the desk instead of over there at the sim rig. So this is probably the better play for tonight, just to sort everything out. Who would we got in town? 11's there? Okay, 11 can come and get these. Unless I got more stuff to deliver. Let's get the hardwoods off the tail here. True, how you doing, man? What's up?
Hello, motherfucker.
Hey, it worked for you. Yeah, see, I gotta update Blurb because here it doesn't show it. Doesn't tell me who. So I gotta figure out what that is in Blurb and update that. I'll wait for him to come through. While I do that, let me see if I can get into Blurb. Pancakes, nice. I just had some leftover pizza. It wasn't that great of a pizza to begin with. The wife likes it, but I'm not a fan. The settings. I'll have to look at it later. I'll look at it later. All right, see, we're clear now. Nothing else coming, right? Right? We're clear? Yep. So for those who might not know, starting off early already, this is just my little screw around test, I guess you could say. The little guy line. So the passenger trains are Atlantics, A26s, and the freight, basically everything else that's not a passenger, is G-25 Mogul. So it's working out all right. It's a little beast of a train and of a locomotive, and I am definitely pleased with the power that it has. I mean, sometimes I've got to string together 3 or 4, like this one here, 16 and 17, 1800. I'm probably gonna have to put a third one on that to make it over to Silva. But I might, just to make it worth it, I might add a couple cars to get it over 2000 to make it worth putting a third one on there. 2000 is a little on the low side, or an 1800, that is. Doesn't really matter as long as it's food. Well, it has to be edible, I would think. Safe to eat. You know, is there a couple? Oh, there's only one. Ah, screw it. I'll get him over to Whittier. Where's that passenger train? He's behind me. Yep. All right. Get him into here. And then I'll worry about the rest later. Put him over here. Oh yeah, yeah. The wife hates it sometimes. I inspect shit way too much. Like with milk, for example, the sell by date, I won't drink it afterwards. You know, if it's like 3/4 full, then maybe day after I will. But yeah, other than that, nope. It could be like a quarter left in it, and it's a day after. I don't touch it. Won't touch it. And that by no way, but you know, I know it. That's doesn't it doesn't mean the milk is bad. Where's 10? Is that on my triple? Oh, it's parked. Okay, yeah. Here's my triple. All of them are in for repair right now. Let's see. I got 19 highlighted, so let's get him over there. We'll top him off. We started out hot on YouTube, and now we're dying. We're dying. Oh well. Railroaders got the same kind of thing as like Farm Sim or ATS, you know, and I didn't have to play for over a year like I have to figure that one out. You know, if you're not using certain locomotives or maybe even rolling stock, but at least locomotives. Um yeah, not interested. No interest whatsoever. You can't please everyone though, you know? Yeah, okay. I am contemplating doing videos from the truck. I'm contemplating that. I don't know if live streaming is going to be a bright idea. Because we are allowed to have our phones with us now with this company, but we're not supposed to be using them while we drive. So obviously, if I'm live streaming, that could be technically using it if I'm reading chat. So probably not a good idea. No. Stop. Why are you wanting to go that way? Fucking idiot. You know you're not going to make it. Oh, someone's got a robocaller set up in the 217 area code. Okay, thermal paste, yes. Viewer has a question.
My biscuits are burning! Fire in the hatch! Oh, my biscuits are burning!
Denler is subbed. Tier 1 at 84 months.
Chip Denletter. Love how it says your name. Jib. JB, thank you for the resub, dude. 84 months. We had Kojak earlier before Mother Nature shut me down at 82, so much appreciated, boys. How long does thermal paste last when seal cracked? What do you mean seal cracked? Do you mean on the tube? Like once you open it? Well, yeah. How long is it? What do you mean the seal cracked? I don't know what you mean. Yours is broken? Mods or? Oh, if you get the cap back on, then, you're fine. If you leave it exposed, yeah, it'll eventually dry out and it won't be any good. Oh, I'm sure you got an update. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's no coal there. All right. He might have time. Let's see if I can race him over there. Oh, I imagine there is a shelf life. What it is, I don't know. I think it's the 9900K actually has a thermal pad on it, not thermal paste. I'll put that over on YouTube as well, although no one's there. Uh, yeah, that's what I have on the 9900K, which is sitting behind me, not being used. So I will probably reuse that when I do a new AMD build, if it's the right size for the die, which I think it will be. I didn't trim it down or anything. Oh, the pads. I had that on the 9900K with I think it's a 360 cooler on it, and it held it cool. And that was what I was using for iRacing and Farm Sim. So it did a good job keeping it cool. The tests I saw on YouTube, it wasn't the best, compared to other tastes and so on, but it's definitely, you know, a good alternative. It wasn't a waste of time, you know? But yeah, it kept the 9900K cool, which, and Drift had that one before me, and he said that uh it likes to run hot. Oh, who do you meet? Oh, damn it, I missed him. All right. Let's back him. Oh shit. All right. And who was I seeing over here? Oh, 601 went too far. Yeah, I took the chance on the pad and it did well. So, uh, when I build the new PC with the 9800 X3D, if I can reuse it and, it's not visibly damaged in any way, then I will definitely give it a shot and try it and monitor everything. I think, though, technically with thermal paste, it's recommended you replace it once a year. Do a complete PC teardown and replace it, because with the heat cycle, it eventually does cause it to dry out and crack and whatnot. And so it's one of those things where, maybe every couple of months you can look at your CPU temperatures when it's under a regular load, and it might be just a little bit higher every time. Yeah, it's one of the free versions. I mean, Corsair has one. I'll use that. Take a look. I've got Lee and Lee fans, so I have their program for the fans, and I'll look at that. And there's lots of different options out there when it comes to viewing, fan speed, CPU temperature, things like that. If you've got a Stream Deck, you can use that as well. There's a HW something, I forget, has a plugin for a Stream Deck, so you can see, all the information that you could want to see on your computer. What's the frequency of your GPUs, your boost clocks, and on your CPUs, and or on your, yeah, all these different things, temperatures and voltages and wattages and speed and power. And I mean, you could definitely fill up an extra large Stream Deck XL with all of the icons if you were that much of a computer nerd wanting to know exactly what your computer is doing. I have not heard of Specie. Is that what it is? No, still no dropped frames. I'm looking at the preview here on my Twitch dashboard. Everything looks like it's looking fine. In fact, looking pretty crisp too. I didn't make it. I was hoping to get there. Have you been on the 7 days there though, Mr. JB? Now that 2.0 is out? Oh, damn it. That doesn't go there. My passenger train will be out of the way. Yeah, I was reading about the changes. Well, if you got a couple different options, it doesn't hurt to use a couple different ones, 2 or 3, and then see where they all fall in, because there's different areas to take readings from. So let me open up the Stream Deck over here. Let me just go into a different one. All right. Do I have it on this computer? I don't think, since I did all the reinstall stuff, I don't think I have it. No, I don't. Is there an option? All right, let me go to the market. Yeah, there's one from Elgato themselves. It's CPU. Shows average CPU utilization across all system cores. Updates every second in real time. Works with both PC and Mac. But that's just utilization. It doesn't give you temperature or anything. Philips Hue. I might be needing that in the near future. GPU metrics. It was like HW or HK or something like that. And it allowed you Yeah, I don't have it anymore. Thought I'd have to find it. But it was also something you had to download on your computer. And it gave you a whole bunch of information about your whole PC. And a lot of it was free. There were paid options that you could also do as well. But for now, for me, what I can do for what if I really am curious about it, you got Corsair. So there you go. I'm running at 61 on the, see, there's a package and then there's different temp zones as well. So the package, I think, is basically the whole CPU. But then you also have Lee and Lee. So 61.38, 61 degrees. So CPU's running at 61 degrees. Stefan, doing all right, man? How about you? Yeah, I've been working. I'm currently still injured and I'm still working. um, so I've been just stepping back from the whole streaming thing, and work's been crazy. And in fact, I think my issue is getting worse because I'm getting random tingliness in my fingertips now. Noticed it today. I reached down to pull out the new 15 pack that we got from Amazon of Monster out of the box and put it where we keep them. And as I was doing that, my thumb and index finger started getting like little tingly sense into them. So something's not right in the nerve department. But yeah, it was 7 days. I was reading the change log, and at first I really wasn't liking what I was hearing about how loot and other items are locked behind the progression of you going to different biomes and having to, basically survive and do all these tasks and shit. But then I saw that you can actually turn that off. And I was like, okay, that's better. They just they just saved it. Because I was not going to be a fan if that was going to be something, because I was, if there's one thing a game dev or a company can do is force progression. City Captain of Industry, they do it, and I can't fucking stand it. You get to a certain part on your tech tree, but you don't want to invest and expand into that one, like hospitals, for example. But then all of a sudden, I've got people getting sick left and right. So it forces me to research medical and then start a whole new production line just to supply the medical office with supplies. I hate being forced to move up into something. It just drives me up a fucking wall. I don't know why I keep on clicking on him. I know where he's at. This is a nice mod here where it automatically moves the locomotive up to where you tell it to. No, that might be all right. Although it doesn't work very well if you're going the other way. So if I was coming out of Silva and I said, all right, I want to stop here, since 20 is technically the lead now, it would have stopped there and not moved. It only works with the lead locomotive. But hey, that worked out perfect. Day 12 zombies seem harder. Yeah, they did make changes in that area. I still think they make them too difficult, but that's just me. Did you turn off the zone progression though? Because the way it makes it sound like, you know, you're not going to get tier 5 or 6 items, you know, max tier items and loot until like you get to the wasteland, which is the final biome to basically master. So you gotta go all the way through the biomes. All right, first one is 2. Oh, they weren't all in. Okay. My bad. I should have looked. I'll tell you one thing, now that I've got financial stuff taken care of that I had going on, work will be able to resume on everything that I want to do in here. And so it's going to take another 2 weeks maybe before I can really start. I am not looking forward to though more mudding on the drywall and sanding. I'm so not looking forward to doing that. I hate drywall. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much that I'm actually thinking about this wall over here, not finishing it, just sanding it down, putting another coat of sealer on it since it's a cinder block wall, and then painting it like the rest of the walls. But I also don't want to do that because I want to put the foam board up and then I want to put the insulation up with the wall so I can get that, you know, protection from a cold wall. That just means I've got more shit to sand because I've already got. Wait. Then why was that not showing? Oh, it's those cars. Oh, okay. Um, I mean, I've got stuff to do with it anyway. I've got to mud the wall that's over here still that you guys have seen in the past that isn't finished. I've got to do the closet still and organize all of that. I just got pegboard last week, so I can start putting up the, you know, the hangers and then put the cables up on there. You know, kind of have a little sorting system for all audio and video cables in the closet. So, I mean, there's stuff I've got planned to do, but I just gotta decide how I want to do it. Is there anything over here I can take right now? No. And then upgrades can start happening as well with the computers. I've got plans. I've got me a plan. It's just how much of it do I do? Plus, the other problem is how much does my neck or back or shoulder, whatever the fuck it is, allows me to do it. Went to a chiropractor. That really didn't do much for me. Um, he believes that, yeah, I probably pulled a muscle in my shoulder or something, in that area, and it took a nerve with it. So it did some nerve damage, possibly, which is why I'm getting the random senses of pain, not just, where it was, but in my neck, up towards my skull, down into my shoulder socket, down my arm, my elbow sometimes feels it, my forearm sometimes I can feel it. So I'm getting random. I mean, like right now, as I'm sitting here, I can feel it in my neck. So finding a home base. Well, did they do? I thought I saw something about the cities or city leveling or something like that. So they're on like different levels now or something or whatever. Because before the old world gen, you would have a city that would be all flat and whatnot, and then you have a hill, and then on the other side of the hill would be another city. It looked completely fake, but still, I guess they made a change in that area as well, and I don't know. There's a lot of different things that they changed in 2.0. It isn't just the storms and the biome progression and so on. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons, along with work, as to why I have not been streaming as much. Just usually I'm in too much pain. I'm on a couple different medications now. One of them makes me drowsy, so I don't take it obviously during the day. Although it doesn't really make me drowsy. Because I've already taken one earlier today, and I wasn't looking to fall asleep at all, except for like late afternoon, which is like normal for me anyway. Um, and then there was the other one, which is a non-steroid pain med, and for a week that was working just fine, but then by Friday it was just blowing right through it. It didn't matter. It just went right through it like I never even took anything, and it's been that way ever since. So it's becoming rather annoying right now. And it's not like pain where it's crippling or anything like that. It's just more of the annoying nuisance kind of pain. And all it does is aggravate the fuck out of me. But I mean, it's also annoying because I can't put my arm anywhere. I can't. Sometimes if I just keep it like this, like I pretend it's in a sling, sometimes it doesn't hurt. But like right now, I can feel it, and it's not hurting. But I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 2 or a 3 for me. It's more of an annoyance. I if I'm driving the car, I can't do certain. I've got to find a certain spot, and then that's completely uncomfortable, and it's been very, very annoying. And so the 25th, I have a orthopedic uh appointment. So I'll get in there and see what he has to say, because they've already taken a whole bunch of x-rays of me. Felt like I was posing for high school photos again. It was like 20 freaking shots they took. But at least I feel well enough to go ahead and do racing again. I don't know. Wasn't really bothering me too much when I was on iRacing earlier. That's not to say that it won't later on, but I've already decided screw the fucking pain. I'm doing some enduros this weekend, damn it. I just got to plan out which ones I'm going to do. I can't, yeah, well, no, I don't know if it's this weekend or next. There's one that's a 12-hour. I can't do that one. Pointless for me to do it. So this weekend, yeah, this weekend there's IMSA Endurance Series. So that's a normal IMSA race. So it's got the LMP2s and the 3s, the hypercars. And that one is 9 p.m. on Friday, 2 a.m. on Saturday, 1 p.m. on Saturday, and 9 a.m. on Sunday. The Global Endurance, that's next weekend. I don't think I can do that one either. It's a 300. The GT Endurance, that one's the 21st, so Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 2, Sunday at noon. And then you got the IMSA sports cars, so that's GT3s and GT4s. Friday, Saturday. There could be streams Friday, Saturday, and Sunday then. Actually, I think it's this weekend the wife's going out of town. I'll have to double check. I know she's going out of town. So, yeah, there's a very good chance there's going to be streams Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ah, damn it. Not seen any big cities, all pretty small. It'll probably be one of those things where we'll have to get that browser page that allows you to see the map seed. GD, but It was like fucking clockwork too the other night. Monday night. I went to bed at 8, and I think I got like over 9 hours of sleep. I was exhausted. And so of course last night, go to bed at 9, thinking I'm feeling tired. No, you're not. No, you're not. Finally get out of bed at almost 11. And because I just got tired, I couldn't get comfortable, and I honestly didn't feel tired at all. So I'm just like, all right, screw it. I don't think I went to bed until almost midnight. That's what kind of sucks too. I found that if I get 8 hours sleep, unless I do something extremely strenuous that day, I'm not going, I can't go to sleep the next night. Wifey's home. All right, send them over. How are we doing back there in Silva with those cars? Only one, okay. All right, got that done. No, damn it. Right there. That's another thing I hope to add down here is a little bit of soundproofing from upstairs. Doesn't help that I still have the door completely open. So Indy's voice continues to come through. Oh. All right, who's next? Who's next? They're moving. One? Yeah, he's close. Wow, 370 to Bryson. Nice. Oh. I was a little surprised I had the whole day off today. To put it to you guys another way, how about how much my neck is bothering me? I haven't even swung a golf club yet. I haven't played any golf. I haven't even gone to the driving range. That right there should tell something for you OGs that are here. That are here. Yeah. Thought a text this morning when I woke up at 5. Everyone on hold. And how long was it after? I mean, I don't think it was very long. Five a.m. So he told everyone at 4:46 on hold. And then at 5, he said, stay home, everyone, which I was surprised about. I was still expecting him to go in and do something, busy work, or, someone that's going to, I think I can get it in here before the ring starts. And, one of those types. Nope. Everyone stayed home. I was very surprised by that. And it was so nice out this morning. Humid, yes. And I actually thought about, all right, well, maybe I'll go get in 9 holes just to see how I feel. No, didn't do it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. Let's see. We got the 1440. Oh, then it goes all the way down to 360/30. Wow. So YouTube's got 3 options right now because that's all I gave it was 3. 1440, 1080, both at 60, or 360 at 30. That's a pretty big drop off. I wasn't expecting 3. I was hoping to get like 720, but I can't tell what, I can't, dictate what it does. I mean, YouTube is still, it's 2 options, 1080 or 1440. So that's fine. Out of 208,000 frames, only 1 has been dropped due to encoding lag. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Doing all right. And I'm kicking out at 1400 kilobits. So, excuse me. Here we go with the yawns. I think the max to YouTube or to Twitch is, if you're doing 2K, was 14,000. So the next few streams are just mainly going to be tests to see where my limit is with the encoder. It was R2, right? Yeah. That'll be the next few tests that I do. I'm not liking the camera and what it's doing right now, though. Like it's doing auto white balance or something. And it's just not getting any. Less slowly came up, but it's still not that great. Oh, that'll be interesting. Generate a new map. Temperature 10,000 K. That's not too much. We'll just turn off the auto exposure, I guess. I don't know. Shutter speed and ISO. Whoa. I don't know. I kind of like that, but I think it's too much. We'll let it go for now. The only thing I'm not really happy about with the ops bot here is it just seems like it keeps on changing my settings on me. It's never the same, seemingly from stream to stream. Both cameras. All right, that one's good. And then hardwoods. Here comes Mama. All right. All right. Nothing? Next 2 days? Oh, yeah, you took Thursday, Friday off, yeah. But when are you leaving to go up north? All right.
Games.
Yeah. And that's when the taste is going on too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know it's really court on Friday. Not
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to chat saying I might just stream all weekend. Do a bunch of endurance races. Hmm? It'll happen. Indy will make his appearance down here. No, he won't. I saw that, yeah. So I don't know. I think the downspout's on. Or did you not put it back on at the. Alright. Then it could be from when the sump pump wasn't working.
I mean, I know that. Keep an eye.
Well, it's just that's just a hydrostatic pressure thing, you know. But we need to make sure. Yeah, the drain tile is draining, but since we didn't have power for like 3 hours, I think that's why it's in there. Because I don't know how much I didn't hear it. So the one time I went upstairs, it was fat drops and it was just coming straight down. So it rained pretty good because it filled up the ditch across the street at the park. So yeah, it rained pretty good for the short time it rained. It rained pretty heavy. But I think we'll probably have to look at getting a battery backup for that thing. But, that way the weeping tile around the house doesn't back up and go in the basement. Knowing that that corner is obviously a glaring problem for that. All right, go make food. Go to generated map and it crashes the game. Ooh. I mean, did you get to generate anything or? All right, that is it for all this over here. You still down here? No, she's upstairs. Okay, I didn't hear her go upstairs. All right. What else we got going on? Who's doing what here? Who's doing what? What can we do? So he's made it back. These guys are repairing nicely. Excellent, excellent. I think they're pretty much done for now. It is the lull before I fast forward into the afternoon. Nope, locked up before any. Wow. Well, there must be something going on. I use them. I use them. That's run them into the ground. That's what they're made for. That's what they're made for. Can't yell at me or fault me for that. I'm actually getting a little excited about everything I want to do down here and how it's all going to work out. And that's what I need is a nice project. And finishing off this room is going to be that project. And now it looks like I'm going to be able to do that. It's just how much do I want to spend on everything? That is going to be the ultimate question. Talking about that, and I'm still running through my head. What do I want? If I want to do videos from the truck, what do I want to use to record them with? I mean, probably just my phone for now. A GoPro would be more ideal because then I can put a mount on the side of my hard hat. Or maybe even a clip. If I can find a clip with a cold shoe mount, I can put it on the front of the hard hat. That way you guys are getting my perspective of everything when I'm washing down. The only thing is I got to be careful when I'm around customers. Not everyone's going to want to have their face on camera, regardless of whether it's a live stream or if it's a recording for a YouTube video. Not everyone wants that. So probably a lot of that won't be happening because I don't know how to blur people's faces. I would have to try to figure out how to do that. All right, so that's S1 and R1. R1's down there, S1's up here. Oh, screw it. Let's start off with that one. And I'm also honestly looking forward to this weekend. Enduro on Friday, one or two of them on Saturday, and another one on Sunday. I'm actually stoked about that. Not gonna lie. Actually stoked about it. You guys might not be, but I am. Speak message. This is new.
Fishy said my wife's coming to cock block.
That's what I need if I'm on a live stream. I need the chat, text to speak reader. So I can go ahead and live stream, and then whatever you guys say comes through.
Lord Saint Kojak the Magnificent said tornado SW of me has just been confirmed. Waiting to hear the F status of it.
That was loud. That was loud.
Lord Saint Kojak the Magnificent said we had a tornado warning about an hour ago. Radar indicated rotation SE of me. Briefly lost power.
If I can get one of those going and figure out how, it is done from the phone or whatever, then yeah, I definitely see some live streams coming from the truck. $900 ton. Yeah, screw it. Send them all the way over to Bryson. Or Whittier, that is. So we can get this one dropped off, and then I can go ahead and fast forward. Everything's delivered. Well, no, I should probably send what I've got to Silva first. Yeah, because that's less of a headache later on when all these cars come back out. You know what? Screw it. See if he can make it over the hill. Oh, no, wait. Coal. Almost forgot. I did it. There we go. Jo, how you doing? Yeah. Don't waste any time around here. I don't think I'm going to expand much more, though. All right, they're done. Whittier to Junction. Yeah. Oh, wait, I can go. I'll bring you. All right. I know what I'll do. Yeah, I got the Junction, but I don't think I'm going to go to Alarka or Pala or Andrews. I think this is enough for me. Since I'm using only G-35s to handle all the freight. And I've noticed for a while now that the bulk of the mods that are available are mainly from Alarka to Whittier. Yeah, you get some mods for Andrews, Pala as well, but the bulk of them are still within the area that I'm currently in right now. Plus, with using G-35s, even with the tender swap mods, you don't get a big enough tender, I think, to really. I mean, 7,000 gallons of water is the biggest one you can get with the 35. You can go with the Atlantic, but you lose some attractive effort. But you do get a 10,000 gallon tender, which I'm using for my passengers. But that's as big as I go. I'm not going any bigger. No Pacifics, no Mikados. So it provides a nice little. I'm doing it for the challenge. That's really all it is. Yeah, he's already struggling. He's got 905 tons. recoup the loans to take out your third engine. I did one loan. After that, it's just been focus on the passengers. Passengers are the key. I mean that you get so much money from the passengers, and it adds up so quickly. I mean, chat's covering up, but I've got 60,000. So passengers are money. You don't want to leave people behind. That's money you're not going to get back. Yeah, I think a few did. I honestly haven't even bothered looking, to be honest. I know Elena's map mod has been getting updated. In fact, I'm probably behind. I think Strange Customs did. I'm not 100%. Railloader, I think, did. Yeah, I've got two working right now. One brings them from Silva to Whittier, and then they transfer there from Whittier to Bryson or Alarka Junction is the end spot right now. So one goes from Whittier to Silva, and the other one goes Whittier to Junction. Yeah, I honestly it was over a month ago, so I haven't really updated anything. So I'm kind of surprised it all still works, to be honest. I would focus on that before you do anything else, locomotive or you know yard, update whatever. I mean, I don't know what mods you're running, but I would focus on uh making sure your passengers are taken care of. I mean, since I'm running mods here, yeah, a lot of the towns, the passenger amount has increased. The higher tier means more work, more business for that factory, that location, which means more workers. So, I mean, when we had the full bird town going, we were what, JB, dropping off 500-600 at uh I want to say El Paso, Ella. We were dropping off 500-600 at Ella just because of all the buildings, all the factories that were there. Custom trains. Yeah, I haven't really. I could care less about deliveries and stuff like that. That stuff doesn't matter to me. Number two's in the shop. That's overnight work. Yeah, I got my triples in the shop right now. I mean, I don't need them, so put them in there, let them get repaired. 95 is good enough, though. I can bring them out. Well, I'll probably do it at the end of the day. 3 engines. It's a start. From here on out, yeah, just focus on your passengers. And then work your other ones to death. Repair them at night. Don't go bonkers on the tiers for your factories just yet. 1 or 2 should be just fine. But, you know, they gotta get serviced, obviously, and a switcher. Because he's coming. No, he's not. He's not going anywhere. Oh, yeah, because I haven't moved him yet. That's why. Yeah, forget this. Yeah, just go. You're fine. You're fine. Yep, I still have the original here. The G16, that's my new switcher. That is, it gets used exclusively here in Bryson. In fact, now just looking at it, 1800, I might as well go top it off. Another thing that could save you a couple bucks. If a locomotive is parked and you're not using it, turn off auto engineer. You are still being charged. So at nighttime, when all your trains are parked and you're going to sleep, take them all out of auto engineer. Don't let them sit there in that because you're getting charged for an engineer. That's my thought on it. I haven't confirmed it or not, but the more you use them, the more that cost is going to be. Yeah, it can be. It can be ideal. I guess I could do Cherokee. I haven't started that one yet. I think I've got everyone else. Well, no, I haven't done everything over in Silva yet. So I've got paperboard, but I didn't do tannery. I haven't done mica. Yeah, I'm not doing the Cherokee Silver Mine. Not a fan of it, to be honest. I'll bump this one up to 4. That isn't going to affect me. Won't be a big deal. Now, I'm not going to go crazy over here at Bryson. I'm going to work my way up a little bit. The idea is to maybe go for the easy stuff, like Stenzel, for example. that isn't going to load me up with a crap load of cars. So I can move them with the tier 4. I might get 1 or 2 cars every time the interchange gets serviced, compared to, say, the Bryson Gas Works or the Steam and Power, where I'll get 9 or 10 coal cars. So I want to work myself up gently and smoothly and kind of methodically, planning ahead. Actually, let me go up here with him. Railhog, how you doing? When they put the AE into beta, I couldn't go back. Just like with the map enhancer, if they update and this is broken, I literally cannot play the game. I refuse. I cannot play the game without it. The same goes for a passenger helper. You know, there's a handful of mods that this game has now that if they are no longer being updated, it's only a matter of time until I'm done playing the game. Hey, as I scratch my ear. Railhog, thank you for the sub, dude. Over there on the YouTubes, I appreciate it. What the? I turned that off. Fucking mega. I'm about to uninstall the damn thing. If that, I mean, system notifications is off. I should not be getting any notifications. But still, it wants to, oh, you should pay, get more space. Well, you should fuck right off. Actually, there is a whole bunch of shit I can delete on there. Oh, that's not me. That's the AI that's doing all that. I rarely operate a locomotive. I rarely do it. Like right here is about the only time I really do it. I've become so freaking spoiled. It's quite sick. I have a problem. It was one, wasn't it? Yeah. He's done. Okay. Cats, how you doing, man? What's up? All right, so I'll leave him there for now. I don't think I'm going to have to use it anytime soon. He's heading over there. You know what? No, I will move him. All right, he's in the tunnel. Good, good, good. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who refuse to use AE. I mean, I've seen as much in their Discord when I was actively reading a lot of the comments people were posting and everything. There were people who were vehemently against using auto engineer. You know, those are the true train nerds, the train buffs out there. You know, they're not going to use like what I have here for your convenience, the little icons above the locomotives. They refuse to use something like that because it's not right. They refuse to go third person because, well, it's not how it was back then in the real world. If it wasn't something that was in the real world, they don't use it. You know, there are those people in every game, not just railroader games, in every game. Every sim game. So it doesn't matter if it's a truck game, racing game, you know, train game, you know, if it wasn't something that's used in the real world, they won't do it. They won't use it. And sometimes it almost seems like they despise those who do use it. I don't get that kind of logic, but hey, whatever floats your boat, right? Yeah, a quality of life, man. Quality of life, QOL. Well, at the end of the day, it's your game, right? You bought the game, or maybe you won it in a giveaway, whichever. See, that's kind of bugged out. All the steam and smoke coming out, but there's no. There it goes. You're supposed to make noise. You bought the game or won it for free, whichever one. You play how you want to play it. Simple as that. I'm not going to tell you how to play it, and no one else has that right to either. So we might give you tips and suggestions and things like that, but that's completely up to you, the viewer. Not singling you out, but anyone that happens to be watching. That is completely up to the viewer. If they want to take that advice, or if they want to say, "Get out of here, you're a dick," or download it illegally. I never saw that. Do people still do that? Is that still a thing? I mean, we're long past the days of Napster and LimeWire and all that back in my day. Is that still a thing where people are torrenting games? Oh, yeah. I do. I know when ATS came out. Bravia, shit. Speaking of illegal. Speaking of illegal. How you doing, Pravi? You are here. I am surprised, but you are here. I do appreciate you stopping by. Play with trains? Well, actually, it was supposed to be iRacing. And earlier, it was iRacing. But the power company had a different idea. So, like 30 or 40 minutes into the stream, power's out. 3 towns down here all had no power. They all shut off at the same time. So, right in the middle of my race, it was a sprint race for GT3 at Daytona. Finished 29th or 28th, one of that. Second from last. Lost 82 I rating. But I was also testing out the new 2K thing that I have with Twitch. So I was getting a whole bunch of encoder overload. So I figured, you know what, if I'm going to be testing settings and see how it looks and how it all plays out, since I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. I'll do it at the desk. That way it's easy for me to do something instead of in the middle of a race. Uh, you know what? Now that I've got it all sorted out, yes. And I will be testing different things. I had to dumb down some features. So there are some things that I'm probably going to try to crank back up again. I did cut back on the resolutions. So now it's only offering 3 instead of 6. That might help with the encoder. So that's why I might offer one more, because it goes on Twitch. It's 1440, 1080, and then all the way down to 320 at 30. That was not what I was expecting. So I'll watch the VOD. I'm going to see how well it looks. I mean, looking at my preview up here on the other monitor, it looks crisp and clear. It doesn't look, like crap. So, I'm going to test a few things out over the next few streams. But yeah, I had to lower settings. Like I said, since I'm doing both, if I wasn't doing multi-stream, then it probably wouldn't have been an issue. You have to use the multi-track video or enhanced broadcasting in OBS, because if you don't, then people on Twitch do not get another option. It is 1440 or nothing. Because now we're doing the transcoding for Twitch. That's the whole idea. Our GPUs and CPUs, whatever we use to stream with, are now doing the work for Twitch. And then sending it to them, and they're just the middleman, basically. So we're all here to watch you play trains. Well, later on this week, though, probably tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be green flag. It's going to be iRacing. Doing some enduros on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. GT3s and GT4s. Fuck my shoulder nerve damage. I'm gonna go racing, damn it. And apparently to watch, yeah. Yes, I am. I'm not allowed, technically by the rules, I'm not allowed to mention I'm doing that. I was going to start up Kick again as well, but I'm like, I'll pass. I did do vertical for a little bit, and the first couple of streams, the numbers were great on vertical streaming to YouTube. But then the next handful I did, they were just abysmal. So I was like, you know what? All right, never mind then. Because, unfortunately, setting up a live stream on YouTube is still a pain in the ass. I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's not as easy as it is on Twitch. I need to get started on 7 days. Well, I know we talked about doing that. So you guys could get in a troll casket. For those who are not familiar what a troll casket is, basically I play a game that has either Twitch integration, or I use a third-party program, InstructBot in this case. And you guys can sub or cheer or donate certain amounts that will cause different things in the game to me. So Farm Sim, it was really big with Farm Sim. They were changing the seed I was putting down in the field. The record is 26 times being Alt F4'd in one stream session. They kicked me out of the cab. They can cab me into a different vehicle. Tarkov is the same thing with Escape from Tarkov. Spin around for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, firing my gun, dump my mag on the ground, Alt F4, all this different stuff. Can't really do much here with the train games, though. ATS, there are some options there with American Truck Sim, but with the rail games, not so much. We tried it with Train Sim World, and it didn't quite go as well. But 7 Days has integration as part of the game, so there's definitely a possibility there, but I need to get back into it. With that, you guys will be able to drop me care packages, give me buffs or debuffs. spawn zombies, coyotes, wolves, whatever. It's all level progression locked. So it's not like day 2 you can spawn, 5 irradiated, max level zombies on me. It doesn't work that way, thankfully. Because they will do that. These bastards in chat will do that. So it is level progression locked, but yeah, it gives you guys the ability to torment me or help me in the game. We did it with Minecraft as well. So, and some of those are also channel points. So with like the in Minecraft, there was one where I was given just a bucket of water, and it was like a channel point reward, and it would spawn me 200 blocks up in the air on a platform that's only like 6x6 or something. And so I'm stuck up there with a bucket of water. And so I'd have to, next thing I know, I got these pillars all over the damn place because people were, jacking me up into the sky. So that's part of Troll Casket. You guys get to troll me, be annoying more than you normally are. Probably would flourish in that situation. You would put on a masterclass, I'm sure. Oh, come on. How many the blurps that you play? Yeah, that a troll casket is right in your wheelhouse, man. Lord forbid, or heaven, no, actually, heaven help Demps or Slugger or Malone or any of those guys if they put on some kind of troll stream. I mean, they have to play a different game to start with, but heaven help them. You would wreck them. It's good fun. It's good fun. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? Yeah. 7 Days to Die is probably the next game I'll play it with. Just don't know when I'll get around to it. I was supposed to do it last month, but injured my shoulder. It still hurts, mind you. I'm feeling it just right there where the neck and the shoulder come together. I'm feeling it right there. I'm starting to get, it's some kind of nerve damage I've got going on. I don't know what the hell it is, but that's what's kept me from racing. It's kept me from streaming. But I have found if I dope myself up enough on medication, I can. So that's what I'm going to do. Got a green machine? What's a green machine? Let's go since I've got time. Because those guys gotta. Uh, 19. All right, he's ready. Passenger's on his way out. So let's get 11 and send him over here. Get him ready before I fast forward. You guys get storms up there pretty good, Pravi? Hell, it looks like it just got done storming by you. No, you got more coming, actually. And of course, I'm in a bubble. I'm in a fucking bubble. There's rain to the north. There's rain to the south. We ain't getting shit. Maybe overnight. Yeah, JB just had all the stuff that we had because that's already blown through Cincinnati and Columbus. It's about to hit Cleveland. That's wild. The storms that blew through 5 hours ago are already
Can I
out.
get a witness from the congregation?
Are already out there getting ready to hit Cleveland. Rasher, thank you for the raid, dude. Hello to you and your viewers. How you doing tonight? Ryan, how you doing, man? I think my mods are AFK. Oh, there's Kojak. B-dubs, how you doing? Thank you for the shout out just in time there, Mr. Kojak. Streets flooding. So that's when you got to get out the raft. Digging dirt. Diggy, diggy hole. Out of ore, I assume, yes. Yep. Oh, gold mining simulator. Okay. I thought about trying that again. Who was it that told me? Was it Ryan? You said, or someone said the game is still kind of glitchy and garbage. I hear you, man. I hear you, Kojak. Not a problem. Hey, you rated me, so it's only fair I do the shout out for you. To the handful that are watching. It is. And maybe it was JB. Yeah, I remember someone telling me that, yeah, it's not that great. It still feels broke AF. Out of order. I have it. I fired it up for like 5 minutes to see if I really wanted to do anything with it. And I'm like, okay, I could get somewhere with this. And then I never touched it. And that was right before their, what was it, the multiplayer one. And then the, before that was like the heavy equipment or something like that. That's when I bought it before that one came out. Because I bought it in preparation for multiplayer. And never did anything with it. I also found out, though, that the game doesn't play on triples. So, forget using the sim rig. Well, a lot of games aren't that way. I mean, Railroader here is not optimized either. That's pretty much the common denominator with a lot of games these days, I think, isn't it?
Man, I've never seen this thing.
Welcome to the party, pal.
B7 at Ninja just followed.
Black Ninja, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel, man. How you doing? Which one was December 23? Oh. They've had... So there's new devs. Is that for Gold Miner? Because I heard that the new team was in there. That's why, hence the name change and shit. What am I doing? I'm kind of just playing the waiting game right now so I can get this train rolling and talking to you fine people on YouTube and not Discord, on Twitch and vaping. So, what are you doing? Yeah, because I remember when Gold Rush came out. I mean, it was just a horribly optimized game. I mean, you went anywhere near town and you could be running 144 FPS out at the mine site. You go to town and you're lucky if you're running 5. I mean, that is atrocious. And I heard that when the game was being developed, they were under pressure from Discovery, I think, to release it because they wanted it to be released in coordination of season 10 was what I was told. Whether or not that's true, well, it's anyone's guess, but Discovery closed its gaming branch and the devs have taken the game under its wing as a passion project. Thanks to the devs, the grandfather of all mining sims is still there. The grandfather. You got a 4090. I hate you. I wish I had a 4090. I got a 3090 in the gaming rig, which is doubling as the sim rig computer for now, and a 3080 Ti handling the encoder for all the streaming, which is a step up over the 2070 Super I was using. So I really don't want to pull the 3080 Ti out. And I'm kind of window shopping right now for a 4090. I don't really want to pull the trigger on a 5080. I really don't. Mainly because I know a Ti is coming at the end of the year. I know that's coming. And so I don't want to buy a 5080 and then 3 months from now, NVIDIA announced the Ti coming out. Because for games like iRacing, having that extra VRAM, I've got 24 gigs on the 3090. Having that extra headroom really helps. Yeah, there is that too. One of the guys that is a member, he has a 5080. He bought one and he says it handles iRacing like a champ. So the idea is I'm going back to a triple PC setup. So you can see over here, I got to look at one of my windows here so I can better see. This one right here on the left is the gaming rig. So that's got the 3090. It's a 7800 X3D, 64 gigs of RAM. That one over there on the right is the streaming PC. So it's got the 3080, still has the 3900X in there because I don't really render anything. CPU is not being used. It's 4.5% right now, according to OBS. Hardly ever gets used. The third PC was a 9900X, or 9900K, I'm sorry. But that's going to now get the 9800 X3D and whatever decent graphics card I can get. At least a 3090. At least is going in there. I really want to do AMD, but AMD triple screen is still wishy-washy. And unfortunately, iRacing is not really optimized for AMD cards. So although, yeah, I probably could get away with it, it's probably going to be more of a headache than anything else. I do run triple monitors, triple 1440s. I really want AMD to do well. I mean, they're chipping away at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is shooting themselves in the proverbial foot with this paper launch that they had this year. And with the issues with their drivers that they've been having almost nonstop, the AMD has to be an idiot to not take advantage and roll out beefier cards. Although they did say in the past they were not going to go for the high-end market, trying to compete with the 80s and the 90s. Rumor is now they've reversed course after seeing the disaster that NVIDIA is having right now. And in very near future, we could be seeing an AMD card that rivals a 5080. I really, really hope it happens. Possibly a real foot. Who knows with those guys? I mean, it's clear that they don't really care about the gaming side of things. They're making their money hand over fist in AI applications. So everything they get from the gaming side is, icing on the cake, I guess you could say. It's not really worth it to them. Some have speculated that they're going to basically drop the whole gaming side of everything in the near future anyway. I doubt that's going to happen. But, I mean, given how they're doing right now, I mean, it's plausible. Definitely plausible. But yeah, I love, because AMD CPUs are stomping all over Intel. Watch any video out there. No one in their right mind, unless they're a complete shill for Intel, is going to tell you to go out and get an Intel card if you're a gamer. No one. Linus Tech Tips, Gamers Nexus, Jace 2 Cents, all of them. AMD is top dog. I only wish that their graphics card side of the business could do that as well. And the new cards do compete head to head with like a 5070, I think. So they do compete with those. And they're cheaper. So if anyone's looking for a graphics card right now and you're only doing single monitor and you're, oh, well, a 5070 is right in my wheelhouse and whatever, look at AMD. They'll trade belows all damn day long. It's definitely worth a look. But yeah, unfortunately, in the case that I want to use, I mean, I could take the 3090, put it into the racing rig, and then put it, the new AMD card in this one. But in some, because even the new AMD cards are better than what I currently have. They're even better than a 3090. So I mean, that's also another possibility. And push comes to shove, that's what I could possibly end up doing. I'm not looking to spend $3,000 on a card. No. A 5090? No, I'm not spending $3,000. I don't even think I would do that if it was someone else's money. So the used market is where it's at. And so that's why I'm not against getting another 3090. Not against it whatsoever. I'll do 300 on a card, or on a car. Put another 0 behind that and add 15, and that's what I'm hoping to spend on my next truck in August. The Charger, the 2012 Charger, has over 300,000 miles on it now. So I have gotten the thumbs up from the wife come August we're going truck shopping. But I'm not going to buy something new. I don't think I'm going to buy new. The Rams with the, you can't get a V8 anymore. It's only an inline six, the Hurricane twin turbo. No, it's the first year of that. I don't need to be a guinea pig. No, thank you. I'll pass on that one. I don't rule out an F-150, but I'll probably get something that's like a 23. Still has the Hemi. Well, you're running on multiple monitors. So what do you mean? You have like 2 or 3 monitors? I mean, you don't. Are you running on? Are you playing a game on one monitor, or are you playing a game like a sim racing game on triples? I don't need a 350. That's too big for me. That's massive overkill. Yeah, you're set for a little bit, Jay. The pussy truck? I don't do anything. I don't need a 250 or a 350. Besides, it's going to be a weekend truck. That's all it is. The Charger's still going to remain the daily driver. That's going to be my work car. So the truck's going to be sitting in the garage until I take it out when we go to the family somewhere, or I go out on the weekend, go play golf. That's what I'll use. The Charger will sit in the garage on the weekend. You sold your 3080 for 600 used, bought a 4080 for 12. Yeah. Well, that's not a bad deal at all. Oh, Junior hasn't had any issues with his. Brand new. Yeah, there you go. Can't beat that, man. Definitely. That's why I'm hoping for a 3090. A lot of guys still use 3090s or 4090s. Two of the iRacing guys I watch, Matt Malone, Quirkatize, they both have 4090s in their rigs. So I think a 4090 is probably what I'll settle on. Because the only thing it's going to play is iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate, American Truck Simulator, and Farm Sim, and Wreckfest. 5 games. Just 5 games. And the bulk of that time is going to be iRacing. So but yeah, the multi-monitor question that I missed it. Okay, there it is. I'm playing on 1 monitor but using 3. AMD should be fine. Your reply got buried. I'm sorry, Ninja. But yeah, any AMD should be fine. The only issue that AMD, from what I've been told, has is if you use it in a triple monitor setup. So this thing back here, the racing rig. Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't think I have that camera set up over here. Let me do this. Do that. Oh, it's not set up on this one. Scene 5. All right. So yeah, there's a triple monitor. That's what you're looking for. If you know, AMD isn't going to do very well with the triples. So I have one set up on Meld that has that camera angle. I didn't have one here on OBS, so that's why it took me a second to figure it all out. Oh, there's a second one that got coming out. Oh, too far, too far. There we go. Oh, an excursion. God, yeah. Man, those are coming up on almost 20 years now, aren't they? Thank you, Dubs. Yeah, I've got plans in the works. I've got money coming in here, and so I've got some plans. Some of the regulars might know what I'm talking about, but I'm not 100% on that yet. But I think for sure I am going back to a triple PC setup. I play games here like Tarkov, for example, and they don't like having controllers, extra USB devices hooked up. And Windows doesn't like it when you turn on or off USB devices. So rather than, just avoid the headache, go back to a triple PC setup, call it a day. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The funny thing is yeah, that's what we joke about. People who hate themselves play Tarkov. I only do PvE now. I haven't done PvP in a minute. Because I'm just a casual. So, no point in me trying to go PvP, be a level 12 scrub against level 62 Chads. I might as well just lay down and hand him my gun and my dog tag. PvE for the win. Thank you. You want to kill yourself if you play Tarkov. I've got some of the sound bites down there in the blurps. Some of the guys I watch, I'll go in there and, hey, you, fuck you. One guy I watch, that's how I always enter his stream. Don't fuck up. There is a wipe coming. Nikita did say there is a wipe coming before 1.0. There's no time on it, but there is one coming. Looks like quad monitor. The top one is a copy of my. So I've got a single 34-inch here for the streaming PC, and there's a single 34 over there as well. So in a perfect world, when I've got everything set up the way I want, it's going to be 2 monitors instead of a 34 just to have the extra real estate, because it's kind of cramped. OBS and Chrome and whatever else I have up on one monitor. Yeah. So all the important stuff is copied from this monitor to that monitor. So that way I can go from one to the other seamlessly. And that's the whole idea here, is to be seamless about it. So if I wanted to say, you know what, I'm done with Railroader, I go ahead and shut it all down, hit a button, I go over there, and now we're racing without skipping a beat. I've got a button here that swaps out the mic for my Antlion mod mic, which is that little oh, hey, wrong camera. We're back on game live, right? Yeah. So what's this one? I see what I did here. Okay. I changed it. That's why I did that. There we go. Fixed it. I realized my mistake. So that's what this is right here, that little magnet. I got a wireless mic. I just plop it onto there, and since I've got the Nova Pros with the removal, you know, for the battery on the side, works out great. So I can go from my beacon mic to the antline mic and then back over. You think July? I think Jesse says the same thing. He's thinking July. Because I think they're aiming for 1.0 at the end of the year. December, yeah, is usually when wipes happen. But if they're gonna go 1.0 in December, yeah, you're probably looking at a wipe come July or August, the latest. See, look at that. We mentioned Tarkov, and people are leaving. Tarkov needs to be banned. We cannot talk Tarkov. Time out, everyone. No, it's for real, Dubs. It's no joke. I mean, you can ask Kojak and JB and, you know, other regular guys. Every time we mention Tarkov, 25 to 50% of the viewers, boom, gone. Within a minute or two, they already tune out and they leave. As soon as we mention EFT, it is the only game that does that. I have no idea why. I can mention iRacing, a couple might leave, whatever. ATS, maybe. Tarkov, I might as well shut the fucking stream off. What is this game about Tarkov? Tarkov is a first person, it's a realistic first person shooter based in Russia, a made up area, Tarkov land. No, and it is made by Russian developers, Battle State Games, and it's just a extraction shooter. You go in with your gear, you gotta get specific loot, or you just go for the PvP, whatever, and then you have to escape. If you don't escape your raid and you die, then someone like myself can, oh, hey, here's a dead body. Then we take your gun, then we take your chest rig, then we take your backpack and everything else that you just looted, and then I will take it, and now it is mine, unless I die. It is something where you can spend 500,000 rubles on a kit to go into a raid, die within 2 minutes to a scav, which is an AI computer rate. Most of the time you can go in as a scav, you are allowed to scav, but usually in the beginning of a raid it's going to be AI, so you can die within a minute or two to AI, just like that. The lucky headshot, head eyes, and you're dead, and you know you're not getting that shit back. It's a very frustrating game. It can be very frustrating, but it can also be very rewarding. But I mean, it makes everything else look like a kid's game. It makes Call of Duty and Battlefield look like arcade games, which is basically what they've turned into anyway. It's a hardcore shooter, yeah. I don't understand the pain, but it feels so good. It's stream killer for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can die just about anywhere depending on where the spawn is. Streets, customs. Take 3 steps and headshot. Same, and also repetitive, especially the COD series. See, I never got into COD. I was a SOCOM player back with PS2 and played all those. Used to be pretty damn good. and then got into Battlefield, was pretty damn good there. And then I just kind of fell off the map. I found Final Fantasy and I never really looked back. And plus, after Battlefield 4, I just wasn't feeling it with them anymore. It felt like more the COD players were coming over, and it was just, oh, I'm gonna run around, get a clip. You know, that's all they were looking for. I'm gonna fly a jet, I'm gonna jump out, I'm gonna blow you up, and then I'm gonna, you know, it's play the fucking game. And we're trying to win here, and you're looking to get clips on Twitch so your channel can blow up. What the fuck? See, I don't think I played Bad Company. I did BF4. Because I was still too busy playing SOCOM. So basically, it's a good game if you like pain and suffering. If you like being annoyed. You know, shooting a scav in the face with decent ammo and seeing the blood spot right here where their eye is. But then they still turn around and shoot you. That's Tarkov. That's why there's a phrase, you got Tarkoved. You got screwed. Didn't the whole soon TM start with Tarkov? Because Nikita was always saying soon, soon, soon. Yeah, I don't really stream Tarkov that much anymore. My reaction times aren't what they used to be. I get too frustrated too quick, and so I'll stick with train games and my iRacing and the occasional ATS. High risk, high reward, and big learning curve with all the different things, but it has a different feeling when you get a kill or make it out of a raid. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you get out of a raid and you knew you got a lot of juice on you. You know, you got a graphics card and you made it out with a couple of guns, some parts for guns, you know, even making it out with the metal gas can. And you can put that up on the market for 350,000. You know, you can go in and walk out a multi-millionaire. You find a key. Oh man. I've got one right now. It's worth like 6 million. I found. And I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but I know I've got that. I mean, I'm sitting on 65 million anyway, but still. You know, you get one of those raids where it's like, dude, I just found that, and you know it's going to go for a lot of money. It's a game changer. It can be like crack. Yeah, it's gambling. It's basically gambling. The house usually wins, but when you win, oh man. 107. Yeah, I got too many guns. I got to sell a whole bunch off. Send you a few million. Well, the main reason why I'm up that high is because I found some key card for labs. It was like a $20 million card or something like that. I've gotten a couple of good scores, and since it's all PvE, it doesn't go with the wipe. So you always keep what you have. That's the thing too. When we talk about wipes, that only affects the PvP, player on player side of the game. The PvE, where you don't go up against other real people, you keep everything. So you could sit there and just accrue money and gear and over and over and over until you decide, you know what? I'm going to reset my player and start all over. But when you win, you still lose. If you didn't make it out with any juice, with any loot, you know, yeah, you could end up spending more on just getting your ammo and your gear if you had to go buy stuff. You could very well drop 500,000 rubles on all your gear and ammo, and then make it out of a raid with 50 grand worth of stuff, you know. But there's tasks involved as well, so you just don't go in there and start acting like a hoover and start sucking everything up. You've got to go and do tasks that you take from the traders, so it gives you a purpose to go to the different areas, so you can go and find something or plant something or kill certain amount of scavs, or, you know, whatever. There's different tasks that you can do, which will give you more experience. It gives you money, it gives you items, it unlocks other tasks. You level up with the traders so they can get more items from them, because, you know, you can't just go in and, you know, you're level 2, you just can't go in there and start buying everything. You know, everything's progression, level locked. I haven't been to labs in a minute since they were doing the zombie thing. I haven't even gone down to what is it, the catacombs or whatever, the new area. I've got a key card, but I still haven't even gone down there yet. Well, if you're doing PvP, yeah, there's no point in doing tasks. But if you're on PvE, it doesn't matter. The only thing I don't like is when they do Twitch drops, you don't get them, because it's only for PvP, not the PvE side. So watching someone thinking that you're going to get drops, no, you're not. You're on PvE, you don't get anything. Yeah, I don't like that. I get it, but I don't like it. Does it have a good anti-cheat? Yes. No, it's fucking trash. That's why I don't do PvP. That's another reason why I don't do it. I haven't played a whole lot of Arena. I have it, and I honestly don't remember what my thoughts were, but I knew, but they weren't, it wasn't something I was really super interested in. So I haven't touched it in a long time. It's not even installed. Yeah, there are ways. I mean, there are people who are actively working against beating the anti-cheat. So, I mean, people have to buy certain things to do it. I mean, there are people who are spending hundreds of dollars, if not quarterly, yearly, to get ways around the anti-cheat in Tarkov's so they can cheat. Because there is the real world money trade, just like in fantasy, you know, Final Fantasy and other games like that, where you can spend real world money for items or, you know, cash, whatever. That is a thing in Tarkov, and it has been a major problem for a long time. And they have done things to try to combat it. But majority of the hackers that you might run across are the types that are just hoovers. They go in, they try to vacuum up all the loot because they know where it's at. They can see it. They know where to go. You know, they're usually not going to bother with you. But there are those instances where, yeah, you do get that guy that's going to be a twat and he's just gonna crap all over you because, well, he can. Yeah, RMTs, yeah. Every time I look at your name, B Dubs, I keep on thinking of another content creator from back in the day, B00. He was a Minecraft guy I used to watch years ago. And that's what everyone called him, was B Dubs. I have no idea. I just know he was a content creator and was a part of one of the larger Minecraft groups that was on YouTube for a while, and played with another guy, Generic B. What did I talk you into? We've talked about a lot of stuff here recently, so I don't know what I've talked him into. Oh, I doubt I had to twist your arm very much. You said the other day you were having fun with it. But are you still on PvP or PvE? That setup I just showed you guys a little bit ago, then we'll be seeing a lot of that though the next few days. Gonna probably be racing tomorrow, and Friday is going to be one enduro race I think I'm gonna do. And then Saturday another one, that'll be middle of the day, and then Sunday middle of the day another enduro. So a lot of iRacing coming up. Shoulder, you better hold together. I'm gonna be doped up, you believe me. PvE. Yeah, because as much as I like the wipes, I hate them because it just feels like you've gone through all that work just to be told, all right, it's gone, start all over. But I don't want to, too bad. So that's why I like PvE. And since I'm casual, you know, it works out better. I mean, the PvP side, I haven't even done anything with it. It's still a level 1 scrub. On both my accounts. I have two. I've got the Casket Man one, and then I've got Captain Crotchrot. One scav on PvP. Oh, you know what? I should. Let's go ahead and speed up DOS time. I went a little too far, but. All right, you just stop, because was he coming back? Yeah, he was. Little 10 due to arena. Yeah, they've linked the two. I don't know if it works in the PvE side though. Wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't. No? Yeah. Yeah, I mean that is the thing. You do lose out on that, you know, knowing that you outplayed someone, you know, on the PvP side. You do miss out on that, which yeah, kind of sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong. The AI, both the scav, the PMCs, as well as the bosses and guards, they're still deadly. You know, the PMCs, especially the guards and bosses, holy fuck. They are still deadly as hell. So, I mean, death is still a very common occurrence. Believe you me. Already dead. I doubt they will. I mean, it sucks. That stuff is sitting there when you're on PvE, you know, these special containers and shit like that. There's even a section, there's a door over in the power area, power building, the generator building on interchange that requires a key that you get from the ref, and you don't get the ref until you play arena and unlock them there, but you don't get any of that because you're on PvE. Now the fun begins, picking up all the rail cars. Yeah, I hate this. Couldn't have parked it. Yeah, the mods have had a shakeup recently. I don't know the full story behind. I mean, I know this is going to shock you, but drama within the modding world. It's unheard of, I know. I didn't give anyone enough time to prepare for that one, but yes, there has been drama recently. But I don't know the whole story. At the same time, I don't care. Oh, it's not a bitch. I don't think none of the mods I used were affected. So yeah, you've got more than I do. I know that, right? Yeah, I'm still using pretty much all of them, I think. I do not have, I don't know if it was on there. The Bryson Interchange Max. I do not have that one. I finally took it out. Really ultimately wasn't a fan of it. Well, I'm limiting myself on this one. That's why it's a challenge. Only the G-25. I do have the Atlantics, the 26s, but that's for passenger only. I don't feel like they're a good freight locomotive for the money. Only 100 more tractive, and the adhesion is 0.8 less, but it costs more. I'll stick with the Mogul, but the Atlantics as passenger locomotives. I thought about doing just Pacifics, the 48s, but that's not much of a challenge, is it? Shit, went too far. Oh, the passenger, yeah. How do you guys play multiple games? I feel like for me, I have to have no life to get a I've never been a single game player for very long. I get burnt out on it. I get completely burnt out on it, and because it happened with American Truck Simulator when I was making videos on YouTube for like 4 years, 5 years, making videos for it was 3 or 4 maybe, I don't know. Started when the game first came out, and over here, Farm Sim is what got the views, so I played Farm Sim for another 3 or 4 years before I finally got burnt out. I mean, I bought FS25, and I don't think I even hit 20 hours yet. That's how little I've played it. And I'm not going to say I was one of the top people on Twitch with it, but Probably top 10%, I would venture to say. Well, with 17 and 20, probably one of the top 10% of English American streamers, view wise. You know, there was always others that I was never going to compete with. But yeah, I've always been, I can't.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Striver 1965 just followed.
Driver, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to the channel. How you doing? I've never been a one game player. I get so burnt out in it, and like I just said, case in point, Farm Sim. I'm surprised I've played this game as long as I have. Day one, and we've been on it. It's probably been, for the last year and a half, the most played game on the channel. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do chase the viewers, but also as of late, I've kind of gotten to the point, you know, well, not late, more like the last few years. I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like, I don't care. You know, I'm gonna play when I want to play. If people watch, great. If they don't, whatever. Hence why I did play this so much, because I enjoyed it. You know, this is not one of the one of the higher grossing viewerships for a game. You know, it doesn't even have 1,000 followers on Twitch. But you know, I still play it because I enjoy it. Same for iRacing. I'm a small fish in a large ocean. So of course I don't get the viewership. I guarantee I wouldn't have 16 people watching me race. But I do it because I enjoy racing. So oh, he's about to pop too. Son of a bitch. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's all right. It's all right. All right, we need to get him on his way over. Red Rover, Red Rover. Son of a bitch. It got to the Silva and reversed its course. Bastard. Yeah, people have said this is more like a model train set. And yeah, I see it. I get it. Railroading yourself. There you go. Yeah, like I just said, it's been the main game for over a year now. I just haven't had desire to get back into Satisfactory. You know, my mind just melts when I try to start thinking of designs and layouts and planning, and it's just like, oh my god, I don't have any more brain cells left to donate. I don't play Tarkov enough or for long enough in one sitting to stream it. So, then basically this and iRacing. I don't think there's really anything else we've been playing too much, is there? Been meaning to get back into ATS. So there'll be more of that coming. Day you play GMS, night you play EFT. Yeah, I mean, for me, my time, yeah, that's all I do in the evenings. I stream, or when I was able to, five nights a week. Um, obviously I have a regular job, so I work that. My son's already grown up, so I don't have to worry about kids. The wife just wants to get home and relax and veg out watching whatever she wants to watch on TV. So, we don't do anything together really. So I know that sounds bad, and it kind of is, but, uh, you know, she lets me do all this. So, I mean, what else am I going to do? Spend more money and work on cars? Spend more money and go drink? I do dedicate 2 nights a week to her. So, I mean, I call it wife night. So Tuesdays and Saturday nights are nights that we, just take for ourselves. Sandbox mode, 1800. I have to take a look. I think I'm close to you. No, I'm not. 1353. I was hoping there was a way I could sort this, but doesn't look like there's a way. I mean, that's getting up there. ATS has 1100 hours. See, when I was doing videos for ATS, I'd make the video and then shut it down and go play something else. That's how bored I got with the game. Derail Valley, I've been trying to do more of lately. Having fun with that. But I don't think about it. I keep on forgetting. I could have played that tonight. Farm Sim 15, 729, 1269 on 17, 1390 on 19, only 314 on 22, and 18.3 on 25. It was a waste of money. Waste of money for me. Gold Mining Simulator, 14 and a half. Le Mans Ultimate is only 3 hours. I need to put more time into that. Gray Zone, 5.5. 30 on Hell Let Loose. Yeah, I've got Out of Ore. Playtime's 33 minutes. PUBG, I've got almost 400 hours. But usually for me, it's the flavor of the month. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Flavor of the month. 400 hours in Railroader. 3,100. Holy shit. Oh, that's going to be a whole other headache. Driver, that is going to be a whole other headache right there. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm not. The pain. The annoyance. Yeah, the thing with ATS also is because I gave up on ATS for a couple different reasons. The first one being I drive all day. That's my job. I drive a concrete truck. So, and I've been driving for over 20 years. So for me, doing that, then coming home and playing a fake a truck game is not my idea of fun. And unfortunately, there are some within that community that still don't understand that. You know, it doesn't compute because for them, that's all they play. They're super truckers. They're wannabe super truckers. And so for them, you know, there's no other game out there. And that's fine. Everyone's got their thing, you know? But I just can't do it. I can't shoehorn myself into one game. I kind of envy those who can. I mean, Matt Malone, for example, only streams iRacing. He did something else. He did Indiana Jones earlier this year, but for the most part, 98% of the time, he is only streaming iRacing. That's all he plays. No matter if he's having a good day on it or a bad day or a middle of the road day, it doesn't matter. And I envy that. Honestly, I do. I gotta tip my cap to him on that one, and anyone else that does that. Puma Plow mainly farm sim. There's guys in the SGA, the group that I'm here on Twitch with. That's all they play is farm sim. X-Man, every time he's live, it's always farm sim. I tip my hat to them. I just can't do it. Gotta respect it, you know? Intermodal, I thought about doing that out of Joliet and Illinois. But I didn't need to have a class A because at the time I'd given up my class B and then I was wanting to get it back, but I was reading reviews and they were just getting dogged on so bad. It's just go 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 go. They got cameras in there to watch you, make sure you're working and not, you know, taking a break and this and that whatever, and you know, you're going to be working extra hours because other people call off. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to live at the place. I don't want to live there. And that's kind of how it was sounding like. So I didn't go for it. I mean, I'm happy with what I do now. Things are getting a little sketch, but you know, you'll have that when a new company comes in and takes over. This one. I'm just ready for my new truck. That's all I want. They're bringing us new equipment out of the 20-year-old Mac and hopefully into a brand new Mac automatic. If my knee had fingers to cross, they would be crossed that I get one. Because I guess there's only 6 in this first batch coming. And I'm number 7 on the seniority list. But yeah, I can't wait for an automatic. In the times I was streaming ATS, and there's been a couple, oh, why manual, automatic for wussies. Well, you know what? Tell me that after you spend the last 5 years holding the clutch while you're doing 80 fence posts out in the ball field. After you do a full day of 4 loads of curb and you're only moving up 6 inches at a time. You know, you don't even have enough time to take your foot off the clutch to let it, you know, stop being numb. Because as soon as you start to do that, they're already pointing at you, telling you to go forward more. It is definitely something that takes a toll on your body. That is for sure. I had someone try to argue that, oh, well, I drive in city traffic. Motherfucker, I drove in city traffic for 15 years. That ain't got nothing on this. Ain't got nothing. I drove around Chicago for 15 years. City traffic. Apples and oranges. Yeah, I might have to fire up Gold Mine Simulator here just to take a look at it. We'll see. Maybe next week. I'm just hoping my shoulder holds up, or my neck, or my whatever is going on, it holds up for the next few days of all the racing I'm going to be doing. It's kind of feeling sore right now. It's not really comfortable here at the desk, but I will persevere. Soon, TM. I mean, that's another reason why I love this game. Uh, it came out and it just works. There was no updates. Oh, this is broken on day one. It works. Granted, it's not optimized, but it is still far better than other game. Oh, it rolled away, didn't it? Son of a bitch. It's still far and away better than a lot of AAA games that have come out and needed days, if not weeks or months of updates to fix the game because it was so freaking broken. I mean, it won't show my FPS. It's not fully utilizing the GPU, 30 to 40%. CPU sitting around 27, 22, 32, 29. So, I mean, yeah, I'd get some major FPS drops here and there with this game. But not much I can do about that. Did they fix all that cheaters on there? That's what I remember hearing for a long time, that it was pointless to try to go for the leaderboards because there were so many hackers. Well, for me, it's usually the buildings, but the cars will do it too, yeah. The cars definitely do kill the FPS. No doubt about it. We've run into that already. He took his sweet ass time, didn't he? Is he gonna get stuck in that back and forth loop? Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, turning off those, that helps, but still at the end of the day, yeah. I got nothing else over there too. Forget about these guys over here at paper. Well, maybe I can send 18 over there. No shit, no wait. Yeah, send over here. When you get interchange serviced, my yeah. Yeah, we were everything we had going on, especially with Birdtown. I mean, we were getting double services in the morning because we were running out of space. I'm trying to avoid that here. Uh, Birdtown, it was out, and now I think it's not. I haven't been over into that Discord or talked to Rex for a minute, but the last thing I heard was it's being moved. So, and they're working. I've already seen uh pre-production, kind of stuff for it, and it's a little more spread out. They've been able to do a few other things that will uh open up the game even more, but I don't think it's anywhere near ready to be shown off, publicly to anyone yet. But yeah, they have been able to work up new ways of doing things that is really going to be a game changer. It's going to be a whole new game. Yeah, it's, I mean, without going into detail, we're talking whole new maps. You know, just like you had with Railroads Online, we're talking new maps. They're understanding and, you know, breaking through in so many areas in so many ways. Um, that I don't even think the devs had in mind, you know? So it's going to be really interesting how things play out over the next few months and what they're able to accomplish. I do fear, though, with the game still kind of lacking in the optimization department, how well is it going to cope? That's the main question. I'm kind of hoping, no, I'm not kind of, I am hoping we can hire more people at my yard. We're down to 9 drivers, and one of them is part-time, week on, week off. So, excuse me, we're really hurting, which is not allowed me to do much of anything I like to do. Haven't even played golf yet this year. The shoulder being fucked up is also impeding that this past month, but it's just go, 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 go. So I'm hoping with the new trucks, we can start hiring some more people because we don't really have any spares. And then it'll take some pressure off the rest of us instead of being ground into the ground. Because right now we're just turn and burn. There's no rest. There's no nothing. It's just turn and burn, come back to the yard, get loaded again, go out somewhere else, rinse and repeat. All day long. And I hate it. I mean, yeah, I don't get to play golf, and I was kind of looking forward to trying to stream some of it like I tried to do last year. Uh, I don't get to really stream to you guys, period, because you know my start time will be like 5:30 in the morning or something. So I get home and it's like, all right, I'm home. Time to let the dogs out, feed them, get some dinner for myself, and then in an hour and a half go to bed. So not fun. And it's equally painful because with content creation, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, video form or live stream, it's the same. The end results. You don't put out the content, you don't stream, you don't make videos, you aren't growing your channel. And those who aren't OGs are more likely to basically end up unfollowing you or just basically forget about you and start watching someone else. So even when you are live again, well, I'm busy watching so and so over here, and you know, I'm not going to watch you. And then for the longest time, I've heard other content creators talk about that. They're like, we dread going on vacation, especially those who are on Twitch doing all live stream. They dread going to conventions or going on vacation or being sick, because even missing 2 or 3 days of streaming is a noticeable difference when they come back. It's just one of those things you constantly have to do in order to grow, in order to keep the viewers and the followers that you had before, because it's a dog eat dog. There's always someone else out there that is ready and willing to take, whatever viewer and, try to keep them there on their stream. So when you do come back, hopefully they stay with them and not go back to you. For the longest time, and that was an issue with a lot of streamers, they didn't want to work with anyone else. Period. They didn't want to work with anyone. They especially, and it's still a faux pas now, you don't go into another stream and basically start advertising yourself. If you're a regular in there, sometimes you can get away with saying, yeah, I was live, or they'll bring it up or something like that. But yeah, for the longest time you had, and it's still now, you have content creators that are, don't mention anything about you making any kind of content, because they're going to view that as you're trying to poach away viewers. And I think a lot have gotten away from that, but it's still not something one goes out and does on a whim. And for the longest time, I was really concerned about that. I need to stream. And it's stressful when you can start to think like that. So finally, fuck it. I don't stream. People stay, they go. That's fine. They missing out on this quality content. I just do it for fun. It ain't my job. Ain't my job. Just for fun. Just to hang out with you good people. For me, it's a 6-day work week doing between 65 and 70 hours. Fuck that noise. I get pissed when I gotta do 45 hours a week. See, for me, since, it's just me and the wife, and we're not living high on the hog in the first place, we're comfortable, but, I mean, we don't have a mountain of debt. I'm fine with doing like 30 hours a week. The wife doesn't really like hearing that, because of course she wants, more money, work 40, 45, build up cushion more or what have you. But I'm fine with doing 30 hours a week. I don't want to be doing the 50s or the 60s. I mean, I don't know very many people who are like that in the first place, but I have known people in the past that were like that. Just work, 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 work. That's all they knew. That's all their mind was programmed for, was just work, work, work. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if I'm on vacation, by Thursday or Friday, yeah, I'm already itching to go back. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so I was just talking to my my financial guy, and we're going over projections, and for 20 plus years when I can retire, and uh, he's like, I told him, I said, I'm not gonna be one of those guys that 65, 67. I think 67 is when I can collect full benefits. I'm like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys as soon as that hit that that I'm able to do that. It's like Deuce is gone, and I'm buying an RV and I'm driving around the country. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy that's gonna go out and play golf every day or every other day, but also have a part-time job. I'll be hauling grain for someone, doing something like that. No touch, just get in the truck, drive for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever. Hey, you got any work tomorrow? No? Okay, fine. I'll give you a call on Wednesday. All right, sounds good. Give me 2, 3, maybe 4 days a week. I'm happy with that. That'll be my ideal retirement. I don't have to do it. I want to do it because, well, I can't sit idle. I got to be doing something. I'm probably that, because we've all heard stories. Oh yeah, he retired and 2 months later he was dead. Those types, where they worked their hands to the bone all their lives. Their hands are calloused and scarred and whatever, because that's all they did was work, work, work. And then they retire, and now they're just like whittling the thumbs, just bored out of their mind. That's going to be me. And I don't want to do that. Hell, I'd go work on a greens crew on a golf course, but I don't want to get up at 3 in the morning to do it. I'll go cut the grass. 2:30 start. Fuck you. Free golf. That's a tough one. That's a tough one right there. But then again, that's also, that's not a job where I can just work 2 or 3 days a week, That wouldn't be that type of job. Well, I live in a farming community. I'm in a rural area here in Illinois, so make a few connections with some of the farmers in the next few years, and then I can just go do that in my golden years. Yeah, if I'm told I can't drive anymore, I'm gonna be fucked. I'm gonna be screwed. It's not. I can do other things. I mean, I've done dock work, driving forklifts, and warehouse and production, stuff like that. I've done all that, so I can do it again. But honestly, I told the wife, I feel like a caged animal. Eventually I'm going to start clawing at the walls because I need to get back behind the wheel. That is where, and I told my manager, because we've talked about in the past about being a backup dispatcher or actually being full-time dispatcher. And I'm like, you know what? Could I do it? Yeah, I think I could. And I think I could do very well with it. But do I want to do it? No. Because I'm better off behind the wheel. That is my skill. That is where I do my best work. That is where I belong. I've done the indoor stuff before. Product support over the phone. I've done all that. I belong behind the wheel. That's my natural habitat. I mean, I honestly think maybe I was a race car driver in a past life. Fuck if I know. When I'm driving and certain things come up where I've got to do a quick reaction, it's freaky how the mind works. In that split moment, you're seeing so many different scenarios. I've only been in a handful of accidents, and none of them were my fault. But, there was one on the interstate, some chick in a Dodge Neon, two teenagers were heading south, realized they missed their exit. So they went through one of the medians where the cops usually sit and decided to try to turn around there. But the problem is they didn't stop in the median. They stopped in the left-hand lane northbound where I was doing 75 miles an hour. And in that split second, I had maybe 150 yards to react. Very short distance. And in that split second, my mind right away was, can't go right. I've got a car here. I've got guys behind me. I'm also in my mind, watching them at the same time. It was like one eyeball stayed straight, and the other one kind of went up and looked in the rearview mirror, making sure I wasn't going to get assholed. But also at that same time, I'm thinking, all right, if we go left, we're driving down into the ditch, and that might not end very well because now we're jumping up, on the median, and who knows where the truck's going to go then. We're going to be a wreck. So in that split second, my mind decided, okay, get onto the left shoulder, even though there isn't much of one, get on the left shoulder and hit her in the rear and on the basically right rear tire was. But it's just amazing to me to think about all these different scenarios about how I knew I was going to hit her. There was no avoiding her. So all the different scenarios of what I saw happening in just a blink of an eye. And everyone's brain works this way. Everyone's brain works this way. You get in these situations, whether, maybe it's a fight at the bar, maybe, or in high school or something like that, or it's at work, where you suddenly think about all these different options in this situation that you find yourself in. And it's just in the blink of an eye. It's amazing. Yeah, I did 4 years in a warehouse. I was assembling boxes for locomotives for upgrades. And I did good with it. I did a very thorough, professional looking job on it. But after 4 years at the train store in the circus that we were in, I mean, it really was a drama filled place. I was already itching for being behind the wheel again. And even the wife, after I left that job, she's like, no, your next job needs to be behind the wheel. That's where you need to be. Anything else just ain't going to cut it. Because she knew I was going to be right back in the same situation of looking for the exit. So. But I also think I'm too old and too out of shape to start throwing kegs around and delivering beer. So I'll probably rule that one out. I'm a little surprised the granary down here doesn't have more. A little surprised by that. Yeah, all dropping hooks. Yeah, that was the one thing that was appealing to me about that. And I could see myself doing that, but I don't know if I would do that in my retirement years. Might be just a little too fast paced, you know? I've already worked for a farmer before, so hauling grain ain't that big of a deal. I mean, it's another reason why I did a snowbird for IDOT a few years back, and I ended up not liking it. Not just because of the people I was working with. You know, half of them took themselves way too fucking seriously. And I don't deal well around people that are like that. Yeah, you work for the Illinois Department of Transportation. You're nothing special. Get over yourself. Um, but I'm also not. I mean, I recently their job posting came open for another yard, and I decided not to go for it because at the end of the day, um, I'm not a laborer, and that's what they usually do. Is you know, you're out doing road work, and yeah, that's not me. On top of that, you can't vape in the trucks, so rule that out. Live loads, unloads. Oh, you're gonna have drama at every job. I mean, there's drama where I work now. You know, senior guys thinking they deserve special treatment, and I for one don't really agree with it, but whatever. That's partially because the original manager and the manager before him pampered them. They were pampered and taken care of and treated differently compared to mid and low level people, and I was never a fan of that in the first place in unions. Can he just go straight there? Yes. He doesn't have to wait in Dillsboro. Well, it is coming up on that time for me to call it a night so I can get my butt to bed and hopefully fall asleep this time for my alarm at 5 tomorrow, I think it is. Yeah, 5. So, next few days, iRacing is what I have planned. So, tomorrow, iRacing. Friday, iRacing Enduros. What was I was looking at? There's one at 9 o'clock Friday. Yeah, I do have a bedtime. Oh, see, I don't think I can do it vanilla. Oh, no way. Let's see. IMSA Endurance. 9 o'clock on Friday. And that's a 2-hour, 40-minute race at Watkins Glen. So that would probably be Friday. And then I don't think that one is. This one would probably be Saturday, 2 p.m. It's a 3-hour race, Daytona. So that one would be the next one. And I think Sunday was the yeah. So this is LMP 3s and GT4 cars. The new track, the Shell V-Power Motorsports Park, or otherwise known as The Bend. And that one would probably be Sunday at 3. Maybe Saturday at 7. What was the other one? 2 o'clock? Yeah, maybe Saturday at 7. The 2 Enduros. Because that one's a 3 and the other one's just over 2 hours, right? Yeah, it is 2 hours. All right. And then I don't think this one was going. Yeah, it's next weekend. And this one was next weekend. Yep. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Enduros. Usually you can do them with a team, but yeah, I don't have one. So we've got the IMSA Endurance Series, 160-minute race at Watkins Glen, which will be Friday. The GT Endurance, Daytona, GT3 cars, that'll be Saturday afternoon. And that one's 180 minutes. And then the Sports Car Endurance, 120 minutes at Shell V-Power Motorsport Park at The Bend. And that'll be GT4s. 12-hour race. That is actually this weekend, too. I wouldn't mind doing a 12-hour, but yeah. I doubt I can get Pierre to jump on that one. I know he would want to do it in the Porsche as well. I'd probably want to use the Mustang, but that is the idea. That is the plan. So hopefully you guys tune in for all of that. Be nice to have someone to talk to, or possibly even ignore, because I'll be too focused on the race. We'll see. I try to talk to everyone, but it doesn't always work out that way. Oh, let's see. You got to fix this real quick. He's 18. I thought he was going the other way. Damn it. All right, no biggie. No biggie. So, just like Farm Sim, can't play Farm Sim with no mods. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there's only a handful I really need. Map enhancer, passenger helper, for your information, which is these information boxes that you see above everything. Those are really the only ones I absolutely need. You know, there's only like 4 or maybe 4 of them. 5? I never really counted, but yeah, that's everything else is just, you know, adds to the game itself. Like this area over here, West Bryson Industries, it just adds to it, gives you more stuff to do. That's all it really is. Can I play without it? Yeah. Is Bryson boring without it? Yeah. Just adds. That's all it does. So, all right, guys, that's enough rambling for me. I am out of here. Thank you for chilling. Thank you for hanging. And I will hopefully see you back here tomorrow or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. If not, well, get lost. No, have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. Good night.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye, diddly-eye.
So long.
God bless you.
See ya. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Homer.
Take care.
So long.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sayonara, dude.
So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going. Take off.
Well, kids, that's our show for today. And now, in the words of Mr. Cole Porter, every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we say goodbye, I wonder why a little. Every time we say goodbye, goodbye.